Welcome back. My name is Caleb Oliver and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to continue my series entitled Things They Did Not Teach You in School. More specifically, we're going to be talking about today wiping out debt using both the Snowball and the Avalanche Method. But before we start, just comment the phrase down below, debt free, because that is the topic for today's video. Alright, let's get started. There are two popular ways to pay off debt. One is the Avalanche Method and the other is the Snowball Method. So let's talk about that today. But before we get into it, I just want to give a shout out to my friends in the squad. All my friends, they gave me this topic idea talking about let's get out of debt. Specifically, my friend Janae, so I'm going to pop up a picture here. Look at all of us. Don't we look so good? Alright, they got this shout out. Now let's get into it. Let's start with the definitions. With the Snowball Method, it's like rolling a snowball. You need to look at all the debt that you owe, and you need to organize it from the lowest balance to the highest balance. Then, you pay off the lowest balance debt first. We're just talking about what you owe. We're not looking at interest rate yet. We're just talking about the price that you owe. Look at the lowest balance. Then move from the lowest balance debt and keep moving up the list until all your debt is repaid. Financial commentator Dave Ramsey loves to talk about this method, mainly because it's more of a conservative method. Now let's look at the more aggressive method. The other method here is the Avalanche Method. And with the Avalanche Method, it's like creating an avalanche. You start from the top, something really big and crazy, and then it comes down. So, you need to look at all the debt that you owe, organize it from the highest interest rate down to the lowest interest rate, and then you need to pay off the debt with the highest interest rate first. Then you can move to the next highest interest rate and the next highest one until you work your way all the way down the list and all your debt is repaid. Now, we're going to look at a specific financial example. This Excel spreadsheet that I'm about to show, it was prepared on the website vertex42.com. And I'm going to leave the link down below so you can check it out after this video. And you can plug in your own numbers because what it is, it's a debt repayment calculator. You plug in your own numbers and you can find out the best way for you to repay your debt as well. So, let's review this example. In the Excel spreadsheet, and on the left side, you see the 5 accounts that are open in this example. So for example, we have one credit card, we have one auto loan, we have a second auto loan, we have a second credit card, and we also have a student loan. In the next column, we have the balances of how much is due on each loan. In the next column, we have the rate. The next one, we have the minimum payment that needs to be made. And then it's worth to note that the total to pay in the balance here is $26,500. And it's also worth to note the total in minimum payments is here $270. Now, if you just look right here, the monthly payment, this is something that you can fill in. In fact, you can fill in this whole thing with your own numbers. This is just an example that was given to us. But you fill in the monthly payment with how much you're going to give once you start committing to either the Snowball Method or the Avalanche Method. So for minimum payments, it's $270, but when you give $1,000 a month, that's how we get the $730 here. This is just the minimum, but this is what you're actually going to give. And I also made sure to adjust the date up here to today's posting date, July 10th, 2020. Now let's just scroll down a little bit and you'll see this second part here. So as you can see, we're already on the Snowball option, but there is an option. You click down menu, you click the one you want to choose. In Snowball, you see all of our options are now listed by balance, from the smallest balance to the largest balance. And you come over to the right side and you see that the first one will be paid in December 2020, and then it keeps going all the way down to the end where the last one will be paid February 2023. And it's worth it to note that the total interest paid is $4,263. So, using this snowball method, you'll see once we compare with the Avalanche method that it was slower, and also the interest payment here was more. So now let's just switch it, come here, right here, and then drop down menu, go to Avalanche, and now you'll see that our accounts here are now listed by the interest rates, with the highest interest rates going first. That is how you do the Avalanche method. So you'll see this first account will be paid off in July 2021, but you come all the way down to the bottom and the final one will be paid off in January 2023. So January 2023 compared with when you switch it February 2023, that goes to show that the Avalanche method will pay off the debt faster. And then you also compare the total interest paid here of $3,380 compared with when we switch it back over to the $4,263. When you do the math over here, I already did the math for you, you end up saving $883 by using the Avalanche method. So this was just a little example to illustrate that when you use the Avalanche method, it is both faster and you end up saving more money in an interest payment. I just want to say, if you're getting any value out of this video, just click the like button down below. Also, click subscribe and turn on the notification bell. That way you'll be notified the moment I post my next video. And just comment the phrase down below, debt free, because that is the topic for today's video. Doing these things here really helps support my channel, and it helps my content get pushed to a larger audience. So for doing this, I say thank you. Now, let's review the pros and the cons. So first, the pros of the snowball method. The main pro here is you get mental motivation to keep paying off your debt. Studies have shown people achieve more long-term success with paying off their debt using this method. The Kellogg School of Management ran a study and they found that this method helped a lot of their students. David Gall, one of the professors who ran the study, said, "We found that closing debt accounts independent of the dollar balances of the closed accounts predicted successful debt elimination at any point in the debt settlement program." And this is from a Forbes article. I'm going to leave the link down below so you can check it out when you get a chance. But overall, this topic is talking about you succeed because of small wins. Now, small wins are small victories that you make in life, and these small victories trigger large-scale change in your life, widespread change. I recently learned this by reading the book The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. If you'd like to check out my book review of that, just click right up here, the card, and you can watch that video. I highly recommend it. What it shows you is a lot of what we do is a habit, and you have the power to change the bad habits in your life to live a better life. Now, the cons of the snowball method. One con is it takes longer to pay off the debt because you started with the smallest balance. And the second con here is you spend more money in interest payments because you focused on paying the smallest balance first. So those are the main two cons of the snowball method. Now let's move to the pros and cons of the Avalanche method. The main pro of the Avalanche method is it's faster. Overall, it just feels good to just get it over with. You know what? Pay your debt off as fast as possible. And in doing this, you also save money because you focused on paying the highest interest rate first and then working your way down. So that's the main benefit of using the Avalanche method. Now let's talk about the cons. The main con to focus on with the Avalanche method is it could be difficult to do because you have to be aggressive in order to pay down your debt. In the example I gave in the screen recording, you needed to save $1,000 to pay off your debt. Now initially you were only paying a little over $200. So to boost that up to $1,000, that can be a little difficult. But it is rewarding because once you start paying it off, you really save a lot of money in those interest payments when compared to doing it the Snowball way. In an upcoming video, I will explain the specific steps that you can take to pay off debt using both the Snowball Method and also the Avalanche Method. But to keep this video simple, I just wanted to go over the basics. So, to recap, the Snowball Method of debt repayment focuses on paying off the lowest balance first and then continuing up the list until all your debt is repaid. More people are motivated to continue paying off their debt because of the emotional satisfaction of a small win. The Avalanche Method of debt repayment focuses on paying down the debt with the highest interest rate first and then working your way down the list. This method is more financially rewarding because you save money on the interest payment. So whether you prefer the Snowball Method or the Avalanche Method, the most important idea here to focus on is creating a plan to wipe out your debt so you can ultimately become debt-free. And I just want to say, if you got any value out of this video, just please click the like button. Also click subscribe and turn on a notification bell. That way you'll be notified the moment I post my next video. And we're going to do a question of the day here. So the question for today is, which method of debt repayment did you prefer? The Snowball Method or the Avalanche Method? Just leave a comment down below. I'll be sure to answer your comment. We can start a little conversation down there. I really want to hear what you all think about this topic. Okay, thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.